One referee ignored so many fouls that he ruined an entire Champions League. Another made a mistake so blatant it brought a new type of analysis in football, and a linesman's failure led to the most famous foul of a football legend. A mistake occurred in 1986 that helped one man create the most iconic moment in football, illegally. Diego Maradona was on a mission to help his Argentine team become world champions again when they took on England in the quarterfinals. To win, Maradona knew he had to do something out of the ordinary, and that's when he turned himself into a god. Now, everyone saw his hand strike the ball, including the referee. To be more sure, he actually asked to his linesman, but I know you'd have guessed it by now. The linesman confirms the header and the referee conceded the goal. To make it worse, Maradona went on to score one of the greatest goals in football history minutes later. Brutal. Let's move to Byron Moreno to see how he messed up a massive game on live TV and again, a World Cup match. In the 2002 World Cup, South Korea beat Italy 2-1 thanks to a golden goal and a cheating ref. Looking back at it now, the dude was all set to mess with the Italians when he blew his whistle. I mean, he sent Francesco Totti off for diving when in fact he was fouled in the box. Dude, even I can see that's a foul, and I wear glasses. South Korea scored the golden goal minutes later to knock Italy out. A sad day for football. These days, Byron Moreno isn't a referee anymore, and that's because he's doing time in prison. Yeah. This ref screwed an entire league in 2022. Manchester City and Liverpool were locked in a two-horse race for the title when City had an away game against Everton. Paul Tierney was the guy in the middle, and the controversial moment happened with the game stalled at 0-0. Everton was on the attack and the City players had managed to put it out, but with no pressure in the area, Rodri somehow managed to do this. That's a freaking handball, but the ref didn't give it, not even the guys at VAR. City went on to win the game 1-0, and when you realize they won the league by a single point later that season, you have to feel for Liverpool, man, because this isn't the first time refs are crashing the Reds' title charge. But we'll get to that later. The refs are not well liked in England, and it seems right because Andre Marriner helped the rivals give them a heavy beating. In 2014, Arsenal and Chelsea clashed at the Bridge on Arsene Wenger's 1000th game. Chelsea was dominating and Arsenal was on the back foot when Eden Hazard took a shot on target that seemed to mess up the referee's brain. It was a handball, but look again, because the dude he gave the red card to was the wrong person. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain made the attempted block on the line, but the ref, Marriner, wasn't a fan of Kieran Gibbs, so he sent him off instead. After the game, he apologized for his error, but it wasn't just a side note to the fact that Arsenal got trashed 6-0. Ouch. At least Marriner admitted he didn't mean that and wasn't tripping, like Tony Chapman. Alright, let me get this straight. Diego Carlos accidentally kicked the ref Chapman from behind, who thought it was a foul, kicked him back, and sent him off? That dude has anger issues. The French FA later suspended Chapman, and Diego Carlos had his red card chalked off. Back in 2018, this knocked a country out of the World Cup. See, Argentina faced Nigeria in the final group stage game, knowing everything was on the line. Croatia had already qualified and was guaranteed to finish top, and with Iceland already out of the competition, the battle for second place was between these two, and it was set to be an epic. Messi opened the scoring with an insane goal, but Nigeria got a penalty and equalized. Argentina had to win to qualify. All Nigeria needed was a draw. With 13 minutes left, the Nigerians should have had a second penalty and sent Argentina home. That was a clear handball, but the crazy thing is the ref didn't even check it. 6 minutes later, Argentina scored and knocked Nigeria out. In this season of 2023, Liverpool had an away game against Tottenham, and coming into this one, the Reds were on form. It was a clash of two unbeaten teams in the league, and the game was supposed to be full of sparks and all. But this time, the refs and the VAR room ruined everything. It was still 0-0 when Liverpool broke on the counter and scored a fantastic goal. That finish from Diaz was neat, but the refs ruled it out for offside. See guys, whenever a goal gets scored and is ruled offside, the VAR team has to check it and put out either red lines to show the player was off or green lines to show he was on. But in this case, they didn't do anything. Liverpool lost the game 2-1 and got a red card. It's Liverpool versus the refs now. You can bet the manager Jurgen Klopp was fuming inside. After the match, the PGM Association of Referees in the league confirmed an error in the VAR room. And when the leaked video audio came out, it was a disaster. They apologized to Liverpool, but come on, man. Even with the VAR? What if a referee's mistake even leads to the team's relegation? When Sheffield United faced Aston Villa in 2020, they fought to avoid dropping down the league. Sheffield got a free kick, the ball swung in and crossed the line into the Villa goal, but the ref didn't give it. How close do you need it to be? Even the Villa goalie, Nyland, had that shady look on his face because he knew he had just conceded. But the referee didn't give the goal. When asked why, he said it was because he didn't get the signal from the goal line system that the ball had crossed the line. They later apologized for the mix-up in the whole process, admitting that the ball had crossed the line. But when you realize Sheffield got relegated that season, losing out to Villa by a point on the final day, the apology sucks. And you will never believe it. Once more during another World Cup, and it's England again. When Germany and England met in the World Cup round of 16, the entire world was watching. Germany took the lead early on and doubled it, but England scored one back to make it 2-1. Until boom, Frank Lampard hit the ball cleanly to make it 2-2. Everyone in the stadium saw it, but apparently the refs on the field didn't. This isn't even a question of inches, man. The ball was way over the line. How the hell do you mess that up? Told you that England and referees don't fit together well. Germany beat England 4-1, and after this World Cup, there were calls to have goal line technology introduced in the league around the world, so stuff like this didn't happen again and made it easier for the refs. So FIFA agreed, and since 2014, every major league has had a goal line system in place. Nothing will prepare you for the worst refereeing performance I've ever seen in football than Tom Henning overboat. Remember that incredible Barca team of 2009 that won 6 trophies? Yeah, it should have never happened. In the Champions League semifinal second leg versus Chelsea, right after the Blues took the lead, it was chaos. And another one at the end, and the ref didn't give any.
El balón al segundo palo, si es que la toca de cabeza, el rechace, balón que le cae en las manos a Samuel Eto'o y el árbitro es muy valiente.
Es imposible pitar mano ahí a la velocidad de luz.
Michael, es verdad, no es penalti, no lo es en absoluto, para nada.
That was probably the angriest day of Drogba's career, because when the cameras caught his face just before going into the tunnel, I agree, bro. I would have reacted the same way. Okay that you were siding with the other team, but at least don't make it too obvious. Guys, if I were a professional footballer who works hard and sees his efforts wasted by an incompetent or even corrupted referee, I too would give up. Like Ronaldo, who has reached the point of weighing 118 kilos. Or Drenthe, who moved from Real Madrid to clean human feces. Or even Quincy Promes, who fled to Russia to avoid prison. These are the players who let themselves go. So what are you waiting for? The video is over, bro. You have to click here to find out more. So what are you waiting for? Click here.